Did Palpatine's return completely ruin Anakin's sacrifice? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Simple Star Wars Answers, where I provide unbiased answers to the questions that people ask me very commonly. Ever since Palpatine's return in Episode 9, people have been speculating that this ruins Anakin's sacrifice, and it ruins the entire purpose of the first 6 movies. The funny thing is, this isn't the first time people have said that. When the prequels first came out, people said that ruined Anakin's sacrifice because watching him kill children and be a horrible person meant that he should not have been redeemable. But, like poetry, it all rhymes. Let's jump in and find out exactly how this affects Anakin's sacrifice. If you want a canon answer, we gotta go back to the source. Let's go to Return of the Jedi and we'll see exactly why Anakin sacrificed himself in the end.
Now, young Skywalker, you will die.
Now, as you watch the scene, it's clear what's happening. Luke is being killed and tortured. You hear, Father, please, no. And it's pretty obvious that the reason that Vader jumped in was to save his son. That was the whole purpose. Had it not been Luke, had it been any other person, well, it would have been business as usual. So if you consider that the whole purpose of Anakin's sacrifice was to save Luke, his son, does Palpatine returning affect that? No, not at all. Not even close. Well, what about the prophecy of the Chosen One? Does it affect that prophecy at all? Also, no. In official Star Wars canon, the prophecy states that a Chosen One shall come, born of no father, and through him, ultimate balance in the Force will be restored. Well, what about the prophecy in Legends? In the Great Holocron in Legends, it says, a Jedi will come to destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. Now, there's 2 things to remember, though. That's an interpretation of the prophecy, not the actual prophecy itself. In fact, if you look at the novelization of Revenge of the Sith, even Obi-Wan says, I've read the prophecy myself. In no way does it say that the Chosen One will be a Jedi. So, obviously, this is not the actual prophecy, but merely an interpretation of the prophecy. Also, if you're going to start quoting Legends, you can't cherry pick, right? You have to take the good with the bad. And the Sith were never gone in Legends either. You had Lumia, and then Darth Caedus came, and Darth Krayt. Hell, there was a whole lost tribe of the Sith. There was thousands, a whole planet of Sith that were alive throughout this entire period. So if you are quoting from Legends, then you have to acknowledge that the Sith were never wiped out. And if you're quoting from Legends, but you're not talking about Sith, you're talking about like the death and destruction and people fighting in the galaxy, then you can't ignore the Yuuzhan Vong, or the fact that the Empire was never gone to begin with, or how Caedus ran the Galactic Alliance. There's so many issues that you can't ignore. You can't cherry pick. It's also important to know, when it comes to Legends, exactly how we're supposed to interpret the information in there. Fortunately, Lucasfilm produced an essential reader's guide. Now, this is before the Disney purchase, but in this guide, it tells us that the items in Legends are not considered canon. It was never part of canon. So we also need to keep that in mind as well. Before anyone comes after me in the comments, I'll put the guide up so that you can pause and read it if you'd like to, but it explains how we're supposed to understand canon and continuity in regards to Legends. And again, this came out prior to the Disney purchase. So basically, we now know that the Chosen One prophecy was that he was going to bring balance to the Force. Did Anakin bring balance to the Force? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, he did. So again, Palpatine returning does not affect the prophecy at all. But if that's true, that means that the balance only lasted for like 20, 30 years. Surely it was supposed to last longer than that, right? Think about it this way. The Empire spread darkness across the entire galaxy. The Empire ran the whole galaxy for a couple of decades and brought just death, destruction, and darkness. Through Anakin's sacrifice, they were able to remove that darkness and attain balance. Even though the First Order came in, it never got that dark again. The First Order never ran even a fraction of the galaxy that the Empire did. And then the Final Order, although it had the power to come back in and take over, never got the opportunity. Rey stepped in and preserved the balance that Anakin had provided so long ago. So basically, if you understand Anakin's sacrifice and if you understand the Chosen One prophecy, then it's obvious. No, Palpatine returning doesn't affect that at all. But if you enjoy nerding out with me and learning about Star Wars, then please hit the subscribe button and follow, like, leave a comment. Let me know what other common questions you get asked that you might want the answers to.